to this Saturday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Matt Kelly. The Group 2 Lee Steer Stakes and the listed Ascot Gold Cup headline another massive day's racing at Ascot on Saturday. But before we find all of the winners, let's check out the expected conditions. And we're looking at a mostly sunny day and a top temperature of 31 degrees. The expected track rating is in the good 4 range and the rail will be in the 9 metre position. Race number 1 is at 12:55 and it's the Varley Peter Appleyard Plate over 1,200 metres. The replay horse here is number 2, Rock On Tommy, winning at Belmont on October 7.
Now at the top of the home straight, led the way from Watto's Fury Disruptive, down on the inside, searching for clear room. Rock On Tommy keeps coming. Roganella's winding up at the 200, browsing in front. Rock On Tommy, though, joined in very quickly, and Roganella's a length and a half away from Disruptive as Nucky draws the whip, and Rock On Tommy is rolling. Rock On Tommy boots away. Boy, oh boy, he's got plenty of talent.
A little bit green in that replay was Rock On Tommy, but he certainly smashed the clock as he has done at his previous 2 runs. This is his first time around Ascot, but he maps well here in a small field, and I don't see a massive amount of pace on in this race. In for second, I've got the 7, Truly Belong, was the run of the race behind Perfect Jewel in the Belgravia Stakes. Sat back and ran on really well against the pattern of the day with that strong westerly breeze. This horse is now a third up, so it certainly strips fitter and is my second pick in the opening event. The 5 In Love with Paris is my third pick. It was super impressive when winning on debut. Is a talented type and draws a good gate in barrier number 2. And rounding out the top 4 for the first event, I've gone the 1 Aaron Boy, who much like Truly Belong, I should say, was getting back and running on really well in the Belgravia Stakes against that aforementioned pattern of the day. The top 4 selections for race number 1, going with the 2 Rock On Tommy to beat the 7 Truly Belong, the 5 In Love with Paris and the 1 Aaron Boy. Race number 2 is at 1:40 and it's the Ballpoint Construction Group Handicap over 1,000 metres. The horse we're checking in on here is number 5, My Grace, winning at Bunbury on October 22.
And Greco ranged alongside of Mega Minx there together. A length and a half, Firemaker about to let down. My Grace called upon is starting to hit the bridle hard. At the 200, My Grace quickly descended upon the leaders, put pay to them. He's nursing My Grace with 100 to go, but she speeds clear. My Grace is home. Firemaker, Hello Paris run on, but the first favourite for the day wins. My Grace beat Hello Paris.
I really like the way that My Grace let down there. I thought it was a really good win. This horse ticks a lot of boxes coming into this event. He's drawn really well in barrier number 2. He's third up now, so fitness is coming along and has William Pike aboard. I think the 5, My Grace, is going to be very hard to beat. Of the challenges, I've gone the 4, tented it in for second. It was a really good effort from this horse behind Celebrity Dream last start. I was particularly impressed with this horse's last 50 metres. I thought it was really sharp work over the concluding stages and it can challenge the favourite here. The 1 That'll Do and the 3 Secret Assault round out the top 4. These 2 horses also come out of that same race behind Celebrity Dream. I thought That'll Do really ran on well down the outside at big odds and is a fitter here third up. And as for Secret Assault, well, this horse ran a super race fresh behind Celebrity Dream. It is drawn a little tricky in barrier number 7, but can make its presence felt once again. It's race number 2. The top 4 selections are going with the fancied My Grace, number 5, from the 4, Tenterden, the 1 That'll Do, and the 3, Secret Assault. Race number 3 is at 2:30 p.m. and it's the Express Interior Design Handicap over the mile. The replay horse here is number 1, Battle Talk, running 13th at Ascot on October 21.
Kid led for Home Defiance. He come on board, sticks on. Serious Prospect goes for a rails run. Golgotha keeps coming, and then Reef Keeper the middle. Down the outside, Time to Hunt. They're all over the shop. Reef Keeper got through. Down the outside comes Slick Talker. Look at Just Like Fire climbing over the top. Down the outside, Slick Talker hits the lead from Reef Keeper though. Slick Talker in the right.
Certainly a forgive run for Battle Talk in that replay for mine. I think back to the mile certainly suits here. Just that run under the belt will get a bit of fitness into the legs. And Fred Kersley Jr. is in the saddle in this race. He's absolutely flying and his 3 kilo claim obviously certainly helps as well. We've got the 8 Roganella in for second. This is a smart 3-year-old who ran really well in behind 3 Secrets last start. Just looked to peak just at the post over the 1500 metre journey in that race. So step up to the mile here. Be interesting to see how this galloper goes, but is drawn the inside alley and I think will be hard to hold out. In for third, I've gone the 3 Reveille, who was just not suited at all by a walking tempo behind See Me Sizzle last start. She'll need a touch of luck again in this race, but if she gets it, she can be right in the finish. And the 5 Barry's Rabbit goes in for fourth. This fella wasn't far behind Ruling Angel last start. Should be better for that run, and being third up this prep, I expect him to be very competitive. For race number 3, the top 4 selections start with the 1 Battle Talk over the 8 Roganella, the 3 Reveille and the 5 Barry's Rabbit. Race number 4 is at 3:10 and it's the Dev West Conquer Cystic Fibrosis Handicap over 2200 metres. The replay horse here is number 7, Sonnen, finishing second at Ascot on October 28. Trap for Fools, Already Famous, and Outlaw Pete are also in this replay.
Starting to wind up around Kallur Bazaar. In the home straight, Trap for Fools has kicked and kicked strongly from Already Famous. On Trushar hit a flat spot, can't do any better. Sonnen keeps coming, but Trap for Fools shook them off with 100 left to go. Down the outside is Outlaw Pete with a late burst, but Trap for Fools is going to do it all of the way. A grand win. Trap for Fools beats Sonnen.
Going the 7, Sonnen on top here. He was beaten by just that slow tempo that Trap for Fools set in that replay. I think there's a little bit more speed on here, which can play into his hands, and he can certainly go one better. In for second, I've gone the 2, A Trap for Fools. This horse has won 4 out of his last 5 starts and run second in the other. You can't get much better in terms of consistency than that. I'd be surprised if he gets his own way out in front this time around. But regardless, I think he'll be very hard to get past. He goes in for second from the 3, Final Salute, who was 2 lengths off War God last start. This is a horse that's 1400 metres up to 2200 metres here, but certainly ran well over the staying trips as a 3-year-old and can be competitive in this event. And the 4, Outlaw Pete, goes in for fourth. We just saw Outlaw Pete in that replay running down the outside quite well as well. I think with a better tempo here, he'll finish a lot closer to, certainly right in the game if the speed is there. Race number 4 for the stayers over the 2200 metres, going the 7, Sonnen to turn the tables on the 2, Trap for Fools, the 3, Final Salute, and the 4, Outlaw Pete.